Ugh, ads are such poop. Subscribe to Acast Plus now to skip ads and more for just $1 a month. Click the link in our show notes to learn how. And hey, we're on Patreon too. Your support helps cover the cost of running a podcast. For $2 a month, you can get early access to all our episodes ad-free, plus bonus episodes exclusive to Patreon subscribers only. Visit patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse to sign up now. Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys?
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it. Husband.
Wife.
Do you remember what happened yesterday?
Yeah, Bill Dad was he was going over what was going to happen to Job.
Yeah.
And there was lots of snares and traps and, shit.
Because Bill Dad was Bill Bad.
For fuck's sake.
I was waiting all my life to say that.
So, basically, it's the whole thing that we've been going over thus far. His friends are extolling how shitty he must have been. And, so here we are.
So they're like, you suck. And he's like, nah, man, nah.
Right.
And I think that's probably the chapter we're going to read
today.
Maybe,
but maybe one of his other friends have got or do they go back to Job and then, okay, that's right. Okay.
I think.
Maybe. Right. We'll see. Maybe the friend's going to, who knows? Something's going to happen.
Obviously.
Somebody's going to say some shit.
Somebody's going to say some shit.
And then we're going to say some shit.
Yep.
Okay, so that was Job chapter 18.
Sure as fuck was.
And today we'll be reading
Job chapter 19.
All right, let's go do this.
Okay, Job chapter 19.
Okay.
And I was right. It is back to Job.
Back to Job. Got
back
it.
To Job going, nah, man.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then Job replied, how long will you torment me and crush me with words? Well, at least 19 chapters, it appears. 10 times you have reproached me.
Wait, has he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Each of his, not each of them individually, altogether.
I guess it could be 10 times now, maybe.
Y'all have talked shit to me 10 times.
Has it been 10 times, though?
Probably.
Maybe.
And
it depends on how he's counting it, too, right? Maybe they took like a 5-minute breather between one of the spiels or something.
I feel like we should go back and count.
Right? Yeah.
Shamelessly you attack me. If it is true that I have gone astray, my error remains concern alone. If indeed you would exalt yourselves above me and use my humiliation against me, then know that God has wronged me and drawn his net around me. Though I cry violence, I get no response. Though I call for help, there is no justice.
Right.
Everything he's saying is facts.
You're in a world where people believe that you get punished for things you do bad.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't have the sciences.
Right.
Not that people don't believe those same things today, but there's less of it, you're not really held to the bad behaviors, the bad things that happen to you. People generally feel bad for you, not chastise you for the shit that befall. If your kids die, people aren't generally going to chastise you.
And say, well, you must have done something to deserve that shit.
Right. But obviously, times were different maybe back then.
Obviously.
And
just a little bit.
I just can't imagine, it's awful.
Right?
This is awful.
He has blocked my way so I cannot pass. He has shrouded my paths in darkness. More darkness,
yeah.
The darkness.
Mm-hmm.
He has stripped me of my honor and removed the crown from my forehead.
He had a crown?
Apparently.
Damn. Man.
I think it was a metaphorical crown.
I know.
I didn't know that you knew.
I'm having fun with it.
I didn't know that you
And
knew.
just like what happened to his crown?
It fell down like Jack and Jill.
I feel like we should be. What's that singer that's the crown that sings the song?
I got nothing.
Crown.
What are you talking about?
Crown on your head.
What?
Is such a female singer? We like her, and she has synesthesia. I might be saying that wrong.
Oh, Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish. Is that the person that sings?
Oh, you should see me in a crown.
Is that her? Is that her? Or is that somebody? Okay, that's her.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. And they played that at the end of the first season of what was it called? Lock and Key.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And
that was good.
That was so good.
Right.
That walking around. Oh yeah, that was a good song for that scene.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. He tears me down on every side till I am gone. He uproots my hope like a tree. How do you uproot a tree?
Tornadoes generally, I think, do the trick.
How many tornadoes do they have in the Middle East?
I always wonder that. I don't know where tornadoes exist and where they don't exist.
I don't either.
I don't know if they actually exist there.
I wasn't asking to be silly. Like I
Right.
was really curious.
Yeah,
like,
I'm kind of curious too.
I don't know the climate
Are
over
there
there.
tornadoes in the Middle East? I don't know the answer to that.
All I can think of is desert.
Right.
And that is such an ignorant perspective.
And is how a tornado on the water is a cyclone. Is there like a name for a tornado on a sand, like on a desert? Like a sand blaster?
A sandstorm.
Or
a sandstorm is all I got.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or when my sister and I were taking a road trip through Texas, we saw tumbleweeds, and it was the first time that we ever actually saw tumbleweeds.
Yeah.
And they're for real, and they're just these.
They're not just in cartoons, guys.
And they're exactly how they look in cartoons. This big, dumb, bouncing ball of just trashy weeds.
Right, yeah.
And they bounce, and they just like da-doing, da-doing, da-doing in the wind, and they look so stupid.
Right.
We were just laughing at them like, how fucking dumb is that? Just a bunch of fucking weeds rolling around. So maybe it's like that.
Yeah, could be.
I don't know.
Yep.
His anger burns against me. He counts me among his enemies. Oh, come on, Joby. This is so repetitive.
Yeah. But he's also, I have to say, because we've been talking about his friends and how they're speaking without knowledge of what they're speaking of, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he's trying to put words in God's mouth. He's saying that
you hate me.
Right. Which isn't actually the case. So Job is actually wrong right now.
No, he is, definitely.
Not that he's unjustified.
I mean, if somebody is poking me with a stick, I'm going to think that they must hate me,
No,
too.
I totally agree. But, everybody's just speaking out their ass right now.
It's true. But Job has reason. His friends are just fucking stupid.
Sure.
In my opinion. Job
definitely is more informed as to the situation than his friends are.
Well, you know what? Even if his friends really believe that, they're still fucking mean.
I agree.
I'm still on Job's side. It's just that he's so repetitive.
Right.
His troops advance in force. They build a siege ramp against me and encamp around my tent. I mean, see, he's just saying it 1,000 different ways.
I know, yeah.
He has alienated my family from me. No, dude, he killed them.
Yeah.
My acquaintances are completely estranged from me. Well, this is true.
Well, aside from the 3 that are chastising
those are the 3 that are estranged
from
him.
Right.
Yeah. My relatives have gone away. My closest friends have forgotten me. Okay. My guests and my female servants count me a foreigner. They look on me as a stranger.
I thought they all died.
I thought they did too. Just the ones in the places where...
In the fields or something?
Yeah, and in
the house servants are still around?
The ones with the kids, they died.
Got it. Okay.
I guess. I don't know. I summon my servant, but he does not answer, though I beg him with my own mouth. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So apparently he's lost all power. So what are the servants doing? Are they just
looking at him like,
looting his
who the
remains?
Fuck do you think you are?
What's going on? Or maybe his wife's in charge now. Maybe they just don't listen to Job, but they listen to his wife now.
No man would lose his 10 kids. You can't be the boss.
Yeah.
My breath is offensive to my wife. I mean,
halitosis is hell, You
do have boils, my guy. So, no offense. If you have boils, I would love you, but from afar.
Right,
You know?
right, yeah.
I am loathsome to my own family. Your family being your wife.
Right, because that's all that's left.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he said he had other family, but they left, so.
Yeah.
The only one left around that I know of that might still be there is his wife.
Right.
So.
Even the little boys scorn me. When I appear, they ridicule me. Rude.
Yeah.
You should sick a lion or bears. Yeah, you should sick
like
bears
42
on
of them, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But only if they call you bald, right?
Well, I mean, or boil.
Yeah.
Boily,
boily, you have boils. All my intimate friends detest me. Those I love have turned against me. I am nothing but skin and bones and boils.
Yeah, but yeah.
I have escaped only by the skin of my teeth. I've always wondered about that phrase, like, do teeth have skin?
No.
What does it mean by the skin of my teeth?
I think that's the whole point, I don't know where it originated from, but the point is that your teeth don't have skin, so, it was a really thin margin.
Right. Have pity on me, my friends. Have pity, for the hand of God has struck me. Why do you pursue me as God does? Will you never get enough of my flesh?
Yeah, I mean, maybe, probably, yeah.
So he's still just going, nah, man, nah.
Right.
Oh, that my words were recorded. They were. That they were written on a scroll. They were. That they were inscribed with an iron tool on lead. I mean, you go too far. Or engraved in rock forever. Absolutely not.
Dang.
I know that my Redeemer lives, and in the end, he will stand on the earth. And after my skin has been destroyed, yet in my flesh I will see God. I myself will see him with my own eyes, my own eyeballs.
He knows this, huh?
Not another. How my heart yearns within me. This sounds like something a Christian wrote, not a Jewish person from early way back. It'd be
interesting to find out the time frame as to when it was written.
It really would.
There's a lot of things that are. I mean, I don't know. Maybe, and it's possible also that it was written pre-Christianity and maybe edited after Christianity.
That is true. It's just when he talks about God as his Redeemer, that's a Christian phrase. That's not a Jewish phrase.
Right, but there's also, we know, you said this earlier on when we were in this, that we know for a fact that God at some point is going to come down and talk to Job.
Yeah.
Right? So the writer knows this is going to be happening, so he's alluding to some of this stuff. He's foreshadowing it,
I know. It's just that we've never heard anybody refer to God as their Redeemer up until this point.
Right.
And that is a very, very Christian phrase.
But there hasn't really been anybody that was worth redeeming. That when they did stuff wrong, they knew they did shit wrong. They had to grovel before God to redeem themselves, not the other way around, with the Old Testament God.
No, yeah, I totally...
In this case, he didn't do anything.
Right.
This is the first time that somebody has required redeeming from God. Has required God to redeem them for them.
Right. It's just that referring to him as my Redeemer.
Right.
That's a nickname that we just use.
But maybe this is where Christianity pulled the idea of redemption from instead of the other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. I'll let you have it.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that maybe this is part of where it stems from, possibly.
I guess.
I'm just like hypothesizing.
It's out of place, is all I'm saying.
Sure. No, I will grant you that.
It's out of place in the writing and the speech pattern. It's completely out of place with all the other stuff we've read.
I grant you that completely. But at the same time, Satan's also in this chapter.
I know.
And that's completely out of place too.
Although no, because we have at least heard about Satan before early on.
A brief mention earlier on, but it wasn't like in story form. It wasn't like we didn't get to hear about Satan
true.
ad nauseum.
Right.
Not that it's been ad nauseum, but I mean he is definitely a part of this story. So.
Right. If you say, how we will hound him, since the root of the trouble lies in him, you should fear the sword yourselves. For wrath will bring punishment by the sword, and then you will know that there is judgment. The end. It sounds like he's just saying, you think I'm bad? Just wait. Fuck you.
Right.
You're going to tear your shit up.
Yeah, you're so wrong, you're going to die.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. With a sword.
With a sword.
Of wrath.
Yeah.
A wrathy sword.
Yeah. Right.
I don't really know what else to say.
Yeah, Job. Job is Job.
He's still Jobin.
He's still Jobin. All right, that was Job, chapter 19.
It sure as fuck was.
And we will be back tomorrow with
Job, chapter 20.
We'll see you guys then.
Bye.
Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegiousdiscourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.
At Bombas, we make socks, underwear, and T-shirts that feel good and do good. They feel good because they're designed with the softest materials and comfort innovations. They do good because for every item you purchase, we donate another item to someone who needs it. So far, we at Bombas have donated over 75 million items, and your purchases add to that impact. Go to bombas.com/ACAST and use code ACAST for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com/ACAST and use code ACAST at checkout.